welcome to Vlogmas 2024. So we're starting our Vlogmas off going to a hockey game in minus 20 something Celsius weather. Yes, the game is indoors, but it's cold in the rink. So I am double down. I have, see, this long sleeve white shirt, and I have a tank under that and this sweatshirt. Then I have leggings on and sweatpants over those and wool socks. This coat, wool mitts. I think I'll be warm enough. Let's hope so. We're just dealing with the jet lag from London. We just got home Thursday and we're a little bit jet lagged still, right, Richard?
Yeah.
Like, we'll go to bed. If we sleep in the afternoon, you're sleeping like it's night. So I try not to do that. But I will go to bed at regular time and I wake up at 3. And then I'm up till about 7. And then I fall back asleep and I don't wake up till 2 in the afternoon. Like, it's just nuts. You're sleepy all the time, anytime, anywhere. And when you sleep like it's night. It's not like you just kind of close your eyes. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I'll show you some of this winter wonderland. The road, as you will see, once we start traversing, the road has no lines. That's because it's snowing. So it's just kind of the honor system, I would think, right? You just go where the tracks have been. Go where there are tracks, young man. See, on either side, that's how you know you're on the right side. So I want to share you guys something I got in London. I can't remember where the area was. I think it was near Piccadilly Circus or something. I have seen in some videos, some people, especially Tiffany Thinks, if you watch Tiffany Thinks, she goes into the store and she buys ginger shots. And they're, excuse me, just a little bottle. You open it up and you throw it back. So these people sold this stuff. It's concentrated. And I tasted it. It was so good. The only thing I'm missing is like a slice of lemon, but it won't matter. So you put 25 milliliters of the Mother Root. It's called Mother Root Ginger Switchel. And it's got apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar with Mother, organic ginger liquid, and organic capsaicin, you know, the stuff that's hot, like cayenne pepper. So that's all what's in here. And it's supposed to boost your immune system and do all these wonderful, wonderful things for your body. And so I'm going to give this a try. I wanted to try those individual shots, but this is just as good. So it says shake me, which I did. So I'm going to put 25 mils in here and a half a cup of soda water, which I just made with my soda maker. So I'll be right back. So I already poured the soda water over lots of ice. That's how she served it. And then this is 25 milliliters of, so it's 1 ounce. 2 tablespoons is 25. Let me get the milliliters. Oh, it's a little bit too much. Let me let it settle. I've got 30, so we're only going to go down to, I'm going to pour some out because I don't want it to be too strong. So this is just a tad under 25 mils, which is fine. I'd rather go under than over because this stuff is strong. So just pour it in with the soda water. And I'll take my straw. Mix it up. It was so good what she gave me. Okay, let me try. even that little amount has a tang to it, like your lips go, mwah! It's like sucking on 3 limes at a time, but you can taste the ginger. But apparently it is so good for you. So during this Vlogmas, I'm going to try and drink this every day and see if it makes me feel better or keeps you from catching a cold or all those things that it's supposed to do. And I'm going to see if I can find it online. Mother Root Ginger Switchel. And it is fiery, but not too. Do you know what I mean? It's just not too gingery, not too fiery, but it's got a bit of a lemon taste to it. It's good. So, that's what I'm doing every day. So I wanted to show you guys a little haul I bought in London. I didn't buy very much. It's extremely expensive Canadian money to British pounds. It's like, I think over $1.60, so it's almost double. It's even more. It's almost double the price. So if you like this stuff last night, for example, remember I was drinking it, and you can order it online, which I was happy to see, but I paid £22 for it. So I thought, oh, not thinking $22. It's $48 here. And I'm like, holy crap. I should have bought 2 bottles. But anyway, that's just, I'm trying to explain to you why I didn't buy a ton of stuff. So anyway, before I start with my haul, my birthday was right before we left on the 17th. So my girlfriend gave me this really cool journal. And it says, oh, I can't read it. My glasses aren't on. Fill your paper with breathings of your heart. William Wordsworth. So I love it. I love this style of book. So I just did a lot of notes for the trip before we left. Things I didn't want to forget. Things I did. And then I stuck little pieces of remnants from where we were and stuff like that. So I'll go in no particular order. I bought these from a thrift store. One thing London is chock full of is thrift stores, which is incredible. They have tons. So I bought these hats for my grandsons. I bought 6 of them. I gave Deanne her 2 boys yesterday, so there's 4 more here. Just basic black London, simple, not too much for them to dislike fashion-wise, you know, kids. And then while I was in there, I bought myself this really warm, delicious green scarf. It's so cozy. I wore it a lot because it was windy there, but it's going to be perfect for that weather out there. And while I was in there, I also bought Deanne, I gave it to her yesterday, a little tiny drinking glass, just plain, like no ornate on the glass, just plain, but it was all hand painted with turquoise, which is her favorite color, and then little white daisies all around. It's just precious. You could use it for crochet hooks or makeup brushes or a little mini bud vase. It's just so cute. She loved it. So that's what I got at the first thrift store. And then we went down the street and we found Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's? I think that's what it's called. It's a grocery store. And I don't know how many of you watch Tiffany Thinks, but she's always talking about that Tea Pigs mint peppermint tea she loves. So I found it. So I got one for me and one for Deanne. Tea Pigs tea. And it smells like they just picked the mint. So cool. And then I bought, Janet always brings me this back from London. And they're called Curly Whirlies. And they are like, there's no cookie or anything in them. There's chocolate with caramel, you can see on the end. So if it's warm, it would probably stretch out with just caramel and chocolate. And there's 5 bars in here. So yum. And then, oh, we went to this, where I bought that mother root stuff. There was a winter market going on, and I went in this one store, and oh my, I don't know why I fell in love with this mug. Of course, I bought the Ann one too, because you know how that goes. Your only daughter. And I don't know why I love it so much. Look at her. Isn't she sassy with her little mole on her face? I just loved it. So I got one for her and one for me. I guess I no longer need this. And then, sorry my chair is squeaking. You can probably hear it. Then we went to the V&A Museum, and there was a exhibit of Naomi Campbell, the model. And I was wondering, how good could that be? It was fantastic. It was so good. And her lifestyle, and there were 3 floors of all the clothes that she wore in fashion. It was really good. And then there was a runway, and she's talking to over a tape, and she goes, okay, hold your head up high, and then stop at this point, and blah, blah, blah. It was so funny. So I did the runway walk. There was another lady on the walk that wouldn't get off the walk, so I thought I was going to go with her. And Julia taped it, so I'll slip it in here, me being my fashion model. We were at the V&A. There's always, you know, those impulse alleys to buy stuff. So Richard brought me these earrings. Oh, I'll keep that in there. Aren't they beautiful? And I wore these. We went to see the Devil Wears Prada. So I wore these. And we had such good seats to see the Devil Wears Prada, the West End, like Broadway show. It was so good. And then opening the second act, we're in row K, I believe, or L, I think K. And then right to the side of us, there's a kind of a wall, and you look up and there's one of those overhanging balcony thingies. And everyone's looking up there. And so I look up. It was just before the second act started. And I look up and I go, God looks so familiar. Then everyone's go, it's Elton John. It was Elton John. Elton John comes into his show.
Stop it. It's done now. Stop it. Sorry.
Elton John. Like crazy, because he wrote the musical for the show. So it was just so cool to watch him enjoy the show, as well as, of course, I didn't watch it the whole show, but it was just kind of neat to see him enjoy his fruits of his labor. Then we went to Stonehenge. And this, Richard bought this postcard there because he wanted to keep it. And then I went into a stone. Isn't this bad cool? Like it's the stones. I bought for my tree a Stonehenge Christmas ornament. Now there were lots that were more elaborate, and they had red and green and lots of spruce around them, and then they had the stones. But I wanted to look like the Stones. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I got that one. I love it. Oh, here's another little keepsake. I keep everything so bad. So that's from Stonehenge. Then we went to the National Art Museum because we took, see that those double-decker buses are famous for London, right? And we took the hop-on, hop-off bus, which looks very much like that, except the back of the bus is all open. It was really cold that day. We sat up top in the 2 seats in the front there. So we had excellent seats. It was really cool. We saw everything. Big Ben, the London Eye. Took a picture of Richard in one of those phone booths. So a little story time. The night before, we had gone to see A Devil Wears Prada, the show. And we're all walking to the tube, the subway. And who does another face plant on the concrete? Me. But this time, I got smart. I thought, I'm not hitting my head again. There's no way. So I sort of turned on my side. So I hit my right shoulder, right hip, right thigh, all the way down my right side. Although there's a big bruise on my left foot, which makes no kind of sense. But anyway, so the next day is the day we went on the hop on, hop off. So everyone suggested, just stay on, don't hop on, hop off. But when we got to the museum, there's no way we could not go into the beautiful art museum because all of the museums and all of the art galleries were free in London for some reason. There's no way we were missing that. So we went into the art gallery. These were their bags. Vincent van Gogh, the National Gallery. And I have never been so in awe of artwork because it's the originals. They're so huge and so amazing, and the stories behind them all. Oh my God. It was so worth the hop off. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we went across the street to Trafalgar Square and had these really good German sausages. It was really fun. But in there, Richard also bought me this. I looked at, you know me, I love things that are all like this, you know? And it's just the National Gallery Artist Sketchbook, white. And it's just rag paper. I love it. There's absolutely no cover on it. It's just plain white, you know, like this. I really love it. Look at that. How cool. Don't know what I'll do with it, but I know I'll do something. So I got that at the National Gallery. And then I bought myself this really pretty, isn't this gorgeous? Bird ornament. Don't ask me why I bought this bird. It was just so unique and beautiful. So I got this one for my tree. So I got 2 new ornaments. I didn't buy very many gifts for people. It's just too expensive, you know? Then we were in a bookstore in London, I believe. I can tell, yes, because I couldn't believe how cheap their magazines were. But then I realized, yeah, it's double the price. This is an advent calendar special. I didn't get myself any advent calendars this year. I'm kind of sad, but maybe I can locate some in my travels. So I thought, I have no idea what's underneath these, but I just thought it was so cool. So let's open these up. Let me find number 1. I'll turn this off and then I'll find. Okay, I found one right here at the bottom. I have no idea what's in these, so let's see. I thought, what a fun idea for a magazine cover, hey? So let's just pop this open. To say I am tired is a mild understatement. My eyes are burning. Okay, so what is this? Christmas pudding began in its rudimentary, a porridge made with mutton, beef, and dried fruits. Oh, so it's probably a whole bunch of traditional Christmas facts, which is kind of cool. And I was literally just up in my cupboard this morning looking for my ingredients for my coconut pineapple fruit cake that I make every year, because I have to get it made this week because you have to soak it with liqueur, you know. And so that's so funny that came up. That's kind of cool. So we'll learn a few things about Christmas history. I don't even know what, I was going to read this on the plane, and I say I'm going to do all this stuff, I'm sure like a lot of people, and I never do. So I will one day read this. I'll put it as a coffee table book. And if not, my sister will. She loves magazines. Anyway, then at the same bookstore, because I thought I was going to read again, I bought this book called The Wrong Sister. Some were deadlier than others. Every family has its secrets. It just looks so good. Do you think I even opened it? Oh no, but I will. I know I will. I'm just really tired right now. So these two I will get to. Oh, and this is what I had on my way to. Someone said, be careful of your phones because there's so many pickpockets. And to try to use a London map. So I got this from Amazon before we left. And what I'm going to do with it is mark all the places we went to. Because we went to quite a bit now that I think about it. We were only there 8 days, which is probably why the jet lag is a little hard to come back from. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I usually go back to sleep, but this morning I didn't. And I got a lot of face pain, which is expected. I was expecting that. Usually when I travel, I get tons of face pain from the air pressure in the plane. And when I got home, I didn't have it. I'm like, woohoo, I didn't get it. It hit at 3 o'clock this morning. So then a project I was working on, hoping that I could wear it while I was in London, that didn't have it. Let me get it out of the bag. It's very hard to show you because obviously it's a lot wider than this is showing. But this is a shawl, and I was so intrigued by this pattern and very challenged by it because I never do stuff like this. I tore this thing out. It would have been finished. I tore it out 6 times before we even left for London. And Richard goes, Monica, you would have been done. I said, I know. And then I still made, you can see there, see how the rows are all bumpy, garter stitch? And this one row, I didn't do it, but I did it by mistake. But it's the same on both sides, so it looks like it was supposed to be. Because I was not tearing this puppy out again, but I love it. Whenever it gets done. I love it. The wool is so nice and so warm. So I'll wear it like one of those scarves that you wear that keeps you really warm, you know? Because it's gorgeous. And then, oh yeah, I saw this pattern quickly to knit on the plane. And they're called banana socks. Hang on. So this is some of the knitting I did on the plane. But they're so fun. There's no heel in them, so you just straight knit. Like the front of the sock looks like, this is the top. So the front of the sock looks like that. And then the back of the sock looks like that. So as you're going, it starts to kind of curve like a banana. You can't quite see it yet because it's not long enough, but can you see how the front looks a little shorter than the back? And then when you get down to the toes, you just close it like you would a toe sock, but they're tube socks. And my grandson Trip asked me if I would make him some socks, so I'm going to make these for him for Christmas. They're fun to make and super easy. There wasn't really a pattern. They just said, cast on as many stitches as you would for a sock. I'm like, okay. So I knew I had this yellow worsted yarn and they're banana socks, so. And the funny joke is his dad, Jesse, is severely allergic to bananas. So this is even funnier. So I'm going to get these finished for him. And I think that's it, guys. I didn't buy myself any clothes other than that green scarf. We went and saw stuff. And I thought that was awesome. I'd like to go back. Would I live in London? Like London proper? No. But I would live in like an outskirts or, you know, in the country parts. It would be lovely. But I would not live in, oh, it's mad. It's like New York times 100. there's just more people. It's busy, but yet it's not. You know, you don't feel unsafe at all. You don't feel, oh, except when we were going down in the subway, or they call it the tube. I did not like that. The escalator went down like this. You know, you're going down to the subway. And then there's a landing. And then the escalator goes like this. And it's down to Middle Earth. We were in Middle Earth. I was like, what in the hell? And somebody said, well, this is where they used to protect people during the war. I'm like, I'm not in a war. I don't want to be here. Ugh, it was so scary. And then you get on the subway and it's really hot because there's so many people shoving on and shoving off. And they're saying to you, mind the gap. I'm like, what gap? What are you talking about? I don't understand. But I got over my fear and I did it a few times actually. And I even went back, Richard and I went back into the subway station because it's so big. Like the whole building is so big. It's got shops in there, Claire jewelry, like they have hamburger places, even had McDonald's. You know what I mean? It's like a whole thing. Like the subway station is a thing. It's a big building, and you go in and then you go down into Middle Earth, you know. But anyway, that's all I bought that I can think of now. I'm pretty sure that's it. But I wanted to share that with you guys now.